time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Welcome everyone to Earth Changes News for August 16th, 2011. Let's see the stories we have for you today. We got the first story: a tropical storm is weakening in the Atlantic after passing Bermuda. Tropical storm Gert weakened after passing Bermuda yesterday and is heading northeast into the Atlantic. While a system in the East Caribbean is unlikely to form a tropical cyclone, the National Hurricane Center said. So that's the first story. And then we have a story out of Russia. It says eastern Russian volcano churns out more ash. Scientists said ash continued to billow from volcano in Russia's far east, which could have an effect on international air traffic in the region. Then we have a couple of volcanoes here in Java, around Java. It says danger level raised as 2 volcanoes stir to life. Authorities raised the alert level status of 2 volcanoes to the second highest level over the weekend and told people to stay up to 6 kilometers away from the craters. And I believe this was in Java. Let me read the rest of this. Mount Saputin in northern Sulawesi, just a day after being lifted from Mount Papadayan in Garut, West Java. So I was right, it was in Java. So those 2 volcanoes were on alert. Then we have a freak winter storm hitting New Zealand. Let me read this article. A freak winter storm with heavy snow and bitterly cold weather hit New Zealand, grounding air traffic and closing roads, officials said. 4 people were taken to a hospital in Auckland after high winds dropped a tree on their home. Forecasters warn people to avoid travel and to stay inside their vehicles if they become stranded. Roads in some areas were closed, with drivers stranded in community facilities such as libraries and recreation centers. Hundreds of passengers were stranded at Christchurch Airport, and officials said planes in Queenstown remained grounded. So that's a story over there in New Zealand. Let me see what else I have. No, that's pretty much it. That talks about Gert. That was yesterday. Here's a story about the sun, I guess. Yeah, this is a good story. This is an update from the Mayan elders talking to Mitch Batros. Quiet before the storm. Watch last 10 days of August. That's what they're telling him. To watch the last 10 days of August. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen, folks. I'm just, passing along the message that the Mayans told him, and he's passing along the message. So, I'm just telling you guys what he says he's heard. He says, I have received further notice from the Mayan elders saying it will be the last 10 days of August, which will reflect the prophetic predictions from ancient text. I believe all earth-changing events will be ushered in by an escalation of solar activity. So it's very important you guys watch the solar activity. I mean, you do have a couple of days notice, if anything. It takes a little bit of time for the sun's rays to get here. So, I watch spaceweather.com. It says, even as of this writing, we are still under the influence of August 5th through 9th solar activity, but to a lesser degree. This was due to a compounding effect of solar flares, CMEs, and coronal holes converging to form a continuous stream of high-speed solar winds. He says, the elders tell us to watch the water. National Hurricane Center now predicts unusually active season. NOAA issued its updated 2011 Atlantic hurricane season outlook, raising the number of expected named storms from its pre-season outlook issued in May. Based on new atmospheric and oceanic conditions, the confidence for an above-normal season has increased from 65% in May to 85%. Then he says this warning would also include a possible tsunami related to earthquake or landslide activity. Watch for continued escalation of current active volcanoes, especially Etna. So it's very important to watch Etna, folks. It says, in addition, watch for new volcano activity and an announcement of an increase in undersea volcanoes. There's an island off the east coast that they're watching. You know, if that thing would ever have a landslide into the ocean, then the whole entire east coast of the United States would probably be inundated by a tidal wave. I forgot what island that was, but there is an island that everyone watches. It says, watch for increased activity at 3 subduction zones. So this is very important, guys. Cascadia, Puerto Rico, Sundra, which is Sumatra. I think it's the Sumatra thing. I'm not sure. The likelihood of a magnitude 9.0 plus earthquake runs high. These areas would most likely be the source of a tsunami. So, and I live on the East Coast, guys, so if something like that would ever happen, I'll say goodbye to you guys now. It says, we are currently in a time of increased bolide activity, mostly from draconids and Perseid meteor showers. There have been several fireball sightings. See, that's the thing that I showed you on CNN, that object, whatever it is, bigger than Jupiter, 4 times the size of Jupiter, they're saying, is bringing in these objects into our solar system. You know, more and more we're going to be seeing these, and you know, it's only going to be a matter of time before we lose our luck. You know, our luck starts running out, I should say, and a major meteor or a major asteroid is going to be headed our direction. And when I say major, I mean like a mile or more in diameter. That's like a city, the destroying asteroid size. It says, watch for an escalation between India and Pakistan, which I reported before, which may lead up to a single-strike nuclear exchange. So he's saying that India and Pakistan will have a single nuclear exchange, but it won't last very long. It'll just be like a volley of missiles going into Pakistan, and then a volley of missiles going into India, and then they stop. So that's pretty much it, guys. Let me just make sure I got all the thing. I want to give you guys the most updated news. I also want to get all the news out. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I spoke about Etna's volcano, but that was August 12th, I believe. Yeah, it says civil defense was Etna's volcano. That was on the 12th. So that's it, guys. That's everything updated. This has been Earth Changes News for August 16th, 2011.
I'm not afraid to take a stand, take a stand.